All right, Pi Network. So you want the download on this whole thing, right? Buckle up, because this digital currency, it's got a past, present, and future that's, well, let's just say it's about as predictable as a room full of puppies.
Uh-huh. I think unpredictable is an understatement.
You got that right?
Yeah.
We've got analyses from CoinGecko, some buzz from Ground News, and then some deep dives, CoinGape and BeamStart articles, and of course we've got price charts. Everybody loves those.
Lots to unpack.
Yeah. Okay, so Pi Network, for anyone who hasn't been totally glued to the crypto world, is this digital currency, right? Hopes to go mainstream. And what's so unique is you mine it using an app on your phone. Kind of genius in a way.
Yeah, but that ease of entry, that's where some of the skepticism starts to come in.
Yeah, we'll definitely get to that. But first, back to the beginning. CoinGecko tells us Pi Network was founded by Nicholas Kokolis and Cheng Yaofan, two Stanford grads, back in 2019. And their idea was to create a cryptocurrency that anyone could get into. Literally anyone, even your grandma, who's way more comfortable with a smartphone than a crypto wallet, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a noble goal, democratizing access to the crypto world. But have they gone about it the right way?
Ah, okay. Getting right to the heart of it. I like it. So as of December 6th, 2024, CoinGecko shows Pi trading around $51.49. Sounds pretty good.
Right.
But there's a massive catch.
Yeah, there's a huge one. The mainnet hasn't even launched yet.
Right.
So all those prices you see on exchanges, those are for IOUs. It's like promises of Pi once the network goes live.
So you're basically buying a ticket to a concert that might never happen.
Exactly. That's a good way to put it.
So people are kind of betting on the future potential, not the current value, the tangible value.
Yeah. And that's where the risk comes in. We're dealing with speculation and hype, which can be a very dangerous mix.
Yeah. And speaking of hype and delays, our sources at CoinGape and Red Alert, they're saying the KYC verification deadline got pushed back to December 31st. Meaning the full mainnet launch. It's delayed again.
Yeah, and it's not just a minor setback. You know, right? It's causing big problems in the market. Investors are on edge, wondering, is this delay a sign that things aren't going well behind the scenes?
Yeah, so the developers are saying they want the market conditions to be right. And for the whole Pi ecosystem to be, like, actually useful before they launch. But some people are starting to wonder, are they just stalling?
It's a valid concern, and you see this in the price predictions. They're all over the place.
Yeah.
Some analysts, they say Pi's going to hit $100.
Oh, wow.
While others are saying it's going to completely crash.
That's a roller coaster.
It is a roller coaster, yeah.
CoinGape even said that some analysts, they see a bearish pattern forming, predicting a drop to like $29.42.
Yeah.
That's a big drop.
That's a big drop. That's based on technical analysis, looking at the price movements, historical charts.
Right.
Not foolproof, but they offer, you know, some insight.
And Ground News, they're echoing those concerns. They also highlighted risky pattern forming. This is making those IOU prices seem even more, I don't know, shaky.
It definitely raises the question, is the current hype justified? Or are we looking at a bubble that's about to burst?
It's interesting. We're giving you the facts, the hype, and the warning signs.
Right.
But ultimately, it's up to you to decide how to interpret all of this.
That's the beauty and the challenge of the crypto world. It's constantly evolving, and it demands a lot of research.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So no financial advice here, folks. Just a deep dive into this fascinating world of Pi Network.
Yeah. But before we get too caught up in these price predictions, let's not forget that Pi could be used for a lot more than just, you know, speculation.
Okay, now this is where it gets interesting. CoinGecko says that Pi could be used for transaction fees within the Pi network. So imagine paying for things using Pi, like within the network.
Right.
No need to convert it to regular money.
And that's just the beginning. We could have marketplaces, decentralized apps, a whole ecosystem built on Pi.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a vision that could revolutionize how we interact online.
Now that's a future I want to be a part of.
Right.
But will Pi Network, will it deliver? Or will it just crumble under all the hype and all the delays?
Well, that's a good question.
That's what we're going to explore the next part of our deep dive.
Yeah.
We're going to look at those price predictions, the use cases, and try to answer the question, is Pi Network the next big thing? Or just a digital mirage?
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
So we know that Pi Network is kind of in this weird waiting game, right? Waiting for the mainnet launch, battling skepticism, and riding these volatile price predictions.
Yeah, it's like the whole crypto world is just holding its breath, wondering, will Pi sink or swim?
Yeah.
And those price predictions, man, they're fueling the drama. Some analysts are saying Pi could drop to like $29.42. That's a big drop.
That's a pretty steep drop. And those predictions are not just random guesses.
Right.
They're based on like technical analysis, Pi's price history, looking at chart patterns.
Okay.
CoinGape actually highlighted a double top pattern, which often signals a reversal, like a potential reversal in an upward trend.
Okay, so it's like Pi was climbing a mountain, reached a peak,
Yeah.
tried to go higher, and then stumbled back down.
Exactly. And this happened right around like the $92 mark. That was a recent high for Pi.
Wow.
It looked like it was going to break through, to a new level, and then it just lost momentum. That's why some analysts are a little bit concerned.
And then there's that bearish pennant thing that they mentioned. I think they compared it to like a drooping flag on a ship.
Yeah, it's kind of like a bearish pennant usually forms when the price consolidates after a sharp downward move.
Okay.
It suggests that the trend might continue downward, so that's why it's a bearish signal.
Okay, so we've got two potentially bearish signals, plus this delayed mainnet launch.
Yeah.
Not exactly painting a pretty picture here. It makes sense that investors are getting nervous.
Absolutely. That delay just adds fuel to the fire.
Right.
When a project misses deadlines, it erodes trust. People start to wonder, can the team actually deliver?
Yeah.
And if enough investors start selling their IOUs, it could create this domino effect, driving the price down even more.
So the fear is that the price of Pi right now, it's just all hype.
Yeah.
Speculation. And if that hype fades, the price just comes crashing down.
It's a valid concern, yeah. But remember, the crypto market is driven by sentiment and speculation. It's, things can change really quickly.
So even though we've got these red flags,
Right.
there's still a chance that Pi could reach that $100 mark.
Potentially.
What would have to happen to make that a reality?
Well, CoinGate mentioned that if Pi can break through this resistance level, it's at $62.83.
Okay.
If it breaks through that, it could signal a shift in momentum, open the door for more gains.
So it's like Pi is facing this wall.
Yeah.
And if it can just get enough force to break through it,
Yeah.
it can take off.
Exactly. And a few things could help with that. First, a successful mainnet launch, that would be huge.
Yeah.
Showing the project is moving forward, give confidence to investors.
Right, because right now it's just those IOUs, those promises. So a successful launch, that would make it a lot more real.
Exactly. And beyond the launch, I think the key to Pi's success, long-term success, is going to be its utility. The more things you can do with Pi, the more valuable it becomes.
Right.
CoinGecko was talking about potential use cases, like using Pi for transaction fees within the Pi network itself.
Right, but it goes beyond that, right?
Yeah.
What about marketplaces, like where you can buy and sell stuff using Pi?
Yeah.
Decentralized applications running on Pi, it feels like the possibilities are endless.
Exactly. If Pi can become a form of payment that people actually use within its ecosystem, it could create this whole self-sustaining economy, attracting more users, driving up demand,
Right.
And that demand could push the price up.
So it's not just about the technology behind Pi, it's about the community,
Yeah.
the users, the developers who actually believe in it.
If Pi can achieve that, those $100 predictions, they might not be so crazy after all.
Wow. It's fascinating how much we can learn just by looking at these price predictions,
Yeah.
It's like peering into the future of Pi.
Yeah.
Seeing all the possibilities and all the dangers, too.
Yeah, it really highlights that you have to look beyond the headlines, try to understand what's driving the market sentiment. It's about making informed decisions, not just following the hype.
So we've explored the past, the present, all the complexities, the uncertainties, but the future, that's still a mystery. What's it going to hold for Pi?
Yeah.
Will it live up to the hype, or will it just fade away? That's what we're going to try to answer in the final part of our deep dive.
We'll be looking at the use cases in a bit more detail, see what it would take for Pi to go mainstream, and ultimately help you decide if Pi Network is even worth your time.
Stay tuned. The most interesting part is still to come. So we've gone through this whole history of Pi Network, explored the present, all the controversy, and now we're kind of standing at the edge of the future. Is it going to be a glorious rise to the top? Or is Pi going to fall flat?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It really is.
And the answer is, well, like most things in crypto, it's pretty uncertain.
Yeah. But if we look closely at the potential, we can maybe start to make some sense of it all.
Exactly. We've talked about the price predictions, the good ones, the scary ones.
Yeah.
But let's step back for a minute and focus on what you can actually do with Pi.
Right.
Is it just something to bet on? Or does it actually have real-world uses?
That's the key question, right?
Yeah.
CoinGecko mentioned Pi being used for transaction fees within the Pi network itself.
Right.
Which is a good start, But imagine like a world where Pi is the currency of a whole digital ecosystem.
Yeah.
Think decentralized marketplaces where you can buy and sell stuff directly with Pi.
Yeah.
You cut out the middleman, no more fees.
Ooh, like a decentralized eBay or Amazon.
Yeah.
Powered by Pi.
Yeah, exactly.
I can see the appeal of that.
It goes beyond just, buying and selling. Think about decentralized apps built on Pi. Social media, gaming, even financial services.
Wow.
All powered by Pi. This is the vision, right? A self-sustaining digital economy where Pi is like the lifeblood.
So the more people use it, the more valuable it becomes? Exactly. More demand equals higher prices, which then attracts more users and developers, creates this whole cycle.
A snowball effect.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But you need to get that initial momentum going, get
Yeah.
people actually using Pi in their everyday lives.
Okay, that's the dream. But let's be realistic. What would it actually take for Pi to, become mainstream? What would convince you to use Pi to buy your coffee, pay your rent?
Well, first, the mainnet launch needs to happen. And it needs to go perfectly. No more delays, no technical issues.
Right.
Just a smooth transition to a fully functional network. That would give everyone, a huge boost of confidence.
Yeah, because right now it's still just IOUs, promises.
Exactly. A real lung would make those promises a lot more tangible.
Right. And then there's the user experience, right? It's got to be easy, intuitive, maybe even fun.
Yeah. People are not going to switch if it's too complicated.
Makes sense.
Think about apps like Venmo or Apple Pay.
Yeah.
They're successful because they're so easy to use. Pi needs to be just as simple.
And what about partnerships? What if Pi partnered with, big retailers, online platforms? You could be using Pi to buy everything, groceries, plane tickets. That would be huge.
Yeah, that would be a game changer for sure. It would give Pi legitimacy, make it a real alternative to, traditional payment methods.
So it sounds like the future of Pi really depends on a few things. A successful launch, a good user experience, and the right partnerships. If Pi can manage all of that, maybe those $100 predictions aren't so crazy after all.
It's a long shot. But, the crypto world is full of surprises. Look at Bitcoin. It started as this fringe experiment, and now it's everywhere. Could Pi do the same thing? And who knows?
Only time will tell. That's what's so exciting and kind of scary about all of this. We're watching history happen, new technologies popping up, changing everything. It's a wild ride.
Yeah, a wild ride.
But definitely a ride worth taking.
Absolutely. So as we wrap up this deep dive, we want to leave you with one thought. Don't just sit back and watch. Do your research, explore Pi Network, form your own opinions. The future of Pi, the future of finance, it's being written right now.
Exactly. Be a part of the conversation. And whether you're a crypto expert or just starting out, keep learning, keep asking questions, and most importantly, keep your eyes on the horizon. The future is full of potential, and who knows, maybe Pi will be a part of it.
Until next time, happy diving.